Are you serious? Are you serious? Get some coffee and calm down. California coffee. I'm out here on the West Coast, of course, in San Diego, California. Here's the deal. Earthquakes like mad. Dutch Sense is now predicting more earthquakes to hit. And BP Earthwatch has been studying the patterns of the earthquakes. He's been studying the tectonic plates and their shifting. He has been studying the buoys from the earthquake of the 6.5 that we had just off the coast of Ferndale, California, and the 8.0 that hit in the Solomon Islands. We have had 60 earthquakes of at least 2.5 or higher in the last 24 hours, with half of them being in the Solomon Islands area. But it's not just limited to the Solomon Islands, okay? So it's going to be an amazing broadcast today. BP Earthwatch will be with me live. It will be powerful, and it starts at 12 noon Eastern at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Do not miss this broadcast. It starts at 12 noon Eastern. And then, if Mike from around the world is available, we'll bring him into this show also, because the 5 waves of energy are also putting pressure on the earth. Remember, BP Earthwatch has been studying the speed of the solar winds on the sun. Matter of fact, I'm checking right now and tell you what the speed is right now, because normally the solar winds that come off the sun toward the earth are around 340,000 kilometers per second. Yesterday they were running 668,000 kilometers per second. Right now, there's 619.9 kilometers per second. So all night long, the earth has been getting hit with twice the normal speed of the solar winds coming off the sun. Why? Because the sun has this gaping hole over its atmosphere, nothing there to block the winds as they're releasing. And then we have Comet 45P Honda that's approaching the earth, headed this way. And of course, there's other comets in play, and those also affect these solar flares and the coronal mass ejections that come from the sun. All of these things, biblically, are in the Bible that will be happening in the last days. Jesus said there'll be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and distress of nations with perplexity, the sea, the waves roaring, and men's hearts that fail them for fear, for looking after those things that are coming upon the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, he said, look up, lift up your heads, your redemption is drawing nigh. Paul said in Hebrews 12:26, for I will shake the heavens and not the earth only. In other words, the Lord's going to shake both heavens and earth in the last day. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We're running out of time. Are you serious? Are you serious, folks? We've had 60 earthquakes in the last 24 hours. And of course, it all started with that 6.5 earthquake that hit off the coast of California there, just off Eureka, really, and Ferndale. And here's the deal. We've had a 4.7 in China. Let me just give you the big ones over 4. Over 4.5, how's that? 4.7 China, 4.7 California and Ferndale. That was an aftershock. Then we got hit with the big 7.8 on the Solomon Islands. Right during the live broadcast I was doing, it happened live, and the earth has been shaking and quaking, and the devil's back is breaking ever since. 5.6 Solomon Islands, 5.1 Solomon Islands, 5.0 Solomon Islands, 5.0 Solomon Islands, 4.6 Peru, 5.1, Solomon Islands. 5.2, Solomon Islands. 5.2, Chile. So the earth is shaking here. 5.2, Solomon Islands. 4.9, Solomon Islands. 5.3, Solomon Islands. 5.5, Solomon Islands. And then another major earthquake, 6.5, Solomon Islands. Followed by a 5.4, Solomon Islands. 4.9, Solomon Islands. 4.9, Solomon Islands. 4.9, Solomon Islands. 5.0, Solomon Islands. 4.8, the Solomon Islands. 4.8, the Solomon Islands. 5.3, 5.1, Solomon Islands. 4.6 earthquake then hit Taiwan. 4.9, 4.8, 4.7, all three of those Solomon Islands. A 4.3 hit Chile. A 4.7 hit the Solomon Islands. We also had a 4.0 in the Dominican Republic. We had a 4.4 in the Northern Mariana Islands. Then it was 5.1, 5.0, 4.8, 5.5, 5.2, all in the Solomon Islands. Reeling and rocking over there. 4.7, Indonesia. 5.1, El Salvador. 5.2, Solomon Islands. 4.4, Croatia. 4.7, Northern Mariana Islands. 5.0, 4.7, 4.9, just a few minutes ago, very shallow, Solomon Islands. 60 earthquakes, 61 earthquakes actually, in the last 24 hours. It's still not over. The solar winds are 619 kilometers per second. That's twice the normal speed. That pressure is it's earth facing, because the coronal is such a huge coronal hole. There's nothing blocking these solar winds that are releasing these powerful CMEs, and they're coming directly at the earth, hitting us, applying tons of pressure, causing earthquakes, and still shaking and quaking. Tectonic plates are breaking. The devil's back is aching. And folks, I'm not faking. It's unbelievable what's going on here around the world. Don't miss today's live broadcast. Starts at 12 noon Eastern. 12 noon Eastern live. BP Earthwatch will be my guest. We might even have Mike around the world, because the 5 waves of energy. That's coming from the opposite side of pressure coming on the earth than what we're getting from the sun. So we're getting pressure from the sun. The earth is shaking and quaking, reeling and rocking like a drunken man, which is exactly what Isaiah 24 said would happen. And the 5 waves of energy, wave number 2, coming from the opposite direction. So here's the earth. The earth is getting bombarded from the CMEs at twice the speed, reeling and rocking and shaking and quaking. And on the other side, here comes the second wave of energy, due to make impact December 26th and continue to put pressure on the earth for 100 days after that. Is this the perfect storm? Are you saved? Give your life to Jesus Christ. Get some coffee. Calm down. I'm going to drink some California coffee and calm down. Jesus is coming soon. Are you serious? Are you serious? We've just had a massive earthquake. Very strong and very shallow. 6.5. Now, that's not the biggest earthquake we've ever heard of, but at only 5 kilometers deep. This is extremely shallow. 6.5. Indonesia. Now, back in June, this same area had a 6.5 that struck off the western coast of Indonesia. Scores of buildings were damaged and destroyed. 8 people were injured. This one, just as powerful, but way more shallow. Way more. So this thing did some heavy reeling and rocking. We don't know. We really just don't know yet. It's just too early. It just happened less than 20 minutes ago. So look, just be praying for the people of Indonesia. I don't believe we're going to have a tsunami with this one, thank God, because of where the location of the quake. But pray for the people of Indonesia And there's going to be some aftershocks. This thing was strong and was shallow. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to Bible prophecy. We're certainly living in the last days.